Hi, I'm Arch, and I'm in Copenhagen, Denmark for the 200-year anniversary of the Christian philosopher Søren Kierkegaard. I first heard about Kierkegaard when I was a 20-year-old fitness addict. I didn't know anything about philosophy, but I knew that it couldn't possibly be as exciting as street skating in peak hour traffic or homemade bungee jumping. But the thing is that for Kierkegaard's philosophy, it just struck me. One of his analogies is still with me today. You see, Kierkegaard said that the aesthetic stage of life, that's the years of life when you're earning well and you're zipping from one pleasure to the next, finding satisfaction in entertainment and travel and acquisitions and so many other things that the world offers. He said that in those years we are like a stone skipping across the surface of a pond. The stone seems to move forward with speed and grace and beauty, and it's fueled by the narcotic of the joy of life, and it's thrilled by the energy it feels every time it touches onto the surface and skips off again. It's just having a great time. But as it progresses, it starts to find less and less enjoyment in each touch, and it needs to have more and more and more touches, faster and faster and faster, in order to maintain the satisfaction, in order to maintain the momentum that it needs to stay on the surface of life. But finally, the sports and movies and holidays and acquisitions lose their satisfaction. They no longer satisfy, and the stone starts to sink down, down, down into the unavoidable despair and depression that must come for any life that is built on the temporary experiences that we so often build our lives on. And then it hits the mud, hits the bottom, and lying on its back in the muddy darkness, it's looking upwards, no longer forwards, and it cries out to God for help. And God answers. Maybe it's the only time that God can answer, because it's often the only time that we cry out for help. And it's God who picks us up, washes us off, and puts us back on the path. Where are you at? Are you skipping along through life, through the joy of life, enjoying all the wonderful experiences and living every day on a high? Or are you sinking, wondering where the joy and the wonder of those skips that you used to have went to? Or are you lying in the mud? I think I've experienced all three, but it's only recently that I've realised that I can actually maintain my momentum, I can maintain my skips on the surface of life, but only when God is the energy, when God is the source of my momentum. You see, too often in my life I've expended my energy and my time on the skips instead of on the skipper. What about you?